once again starting up the Baron to look for a bait. FlyQuest have to trade.
It's going down very, very slow. Definitely enough time to walk in. They have to jockey. And they have to pull off. Contested by High. Arrow goes in. High maybe taken down.
He's almost dead.
He gets deleted, turned into a little bunny, and taken down. They're going to follow the fight, though. 50 seconds on these deaths. Can they get balls now? Cocoon hits him, but he body slams into safety with the control ward in the brush. Lemon Nation's going to go down to Zig, and can Zig pinch the bottom, or do they pressure Fly into one more attempt?
That's two very big kills there for Phoenix1. They're right back to the Baron. Ryu has his teleport. He's going back to base, and they have to watch out.
Yeah, gotta watch for a TP flank, but look at this. Moon off on the right side. Doesn't look like he wants to contest this Baron at all. And this is where the Baron will go over to Phoenix1.
FlyQuest trying to take away this Infernal Drake as the consolation prize after losing that fight around Baron. And hopefully for them to try and get back to their inhibitor turrets in time to defend, because Phoenix1 are going straight on that top route, trying to get those minions up to the turret in time. Respawn timer's coming up, though.
This one looks like it's already going down quite low. Just needs a few shots from Arrow.
Yeah, he'll get it, too. Everybody else.
Yeah, with the Hurricane, he's just going to wipe down the wave. Looking at the composition now, it's basically up to Altec as these minions are baroned up to be cleared out of these turrets.
Oh, Lemon.
God gives you lemons. You try to take third place. It's going to keep pushing up here, too. Now that they've gotten elimination, less wards being placed around, they can keep going for this and keep pushing.
They have no control, even just steps outside of their base. P1 suffocating FlyQuest 16-6 with a 10,000 gold lead as they finally break the base open. And they have been toying with FlyQuest just to get the Baron. It kind of shows the lead they've held and were able to control throughout the game for P1.
Huge failure right there. Not able to get back and set up their defenses. I mean, there's no reason to go outside of the base. Just set up the Caitlyn traps in front of your turret at your base. Everyone stay inside the walls to try and delay. But after that death, it's very clear for FlyQuest. Give up the inhibitor. No further deaths for them. And they're going to try and wait out Phoenix1's Baron.
FlyQuest, you know, they've been fighting this whole series. Altec in particular has had really good performances so far in this match. This is a game where he does have carry potential again. Now has his armor penetration item, has 3 items, the QSS.
Again, one of those matches where he kind of flies under the radar.
Yeah.
And you find him in a fight later where he becomes a Caitlyn or he becomes whoever he's playing.
Ryu and Arrow trying to find him in these team fights, for sure. Trying to pick him off, make sure he has no effect or a way to get back to this game. The cast and scaling will continue to happen here.
And that's something High is ready to do. He's ready to go in knowing Altec's going to be on the back line, knowing he can just keep stomping on people with Moon and balls.
High quite behind, though, so it will take him some time. He's down 2 levels.
Right.
FlyQuest making a move on to Zig in the bottom lane.
Doesn't really have an escape. Gonna go for the flash and ulti, trying to speed away.
That means they left the top lane unattended. Phoenix1 actually were rotating all members down, so FlyQuest didn't lose any damage on the turret. Really good kind of counterpunch there from FlyQuest. They still have to deal with Baron buff, though.
Ryu level 18, Zig level 18, 3 levels above High. He actually hit 16 just now. Safety for Zig, he's still tanking, but they have the turret in time. And P1 is gonna make it into the base. And now pressure FlyQuest for the possible ending game.
Yeah, they have 2 inhibitors down. Baron buff for 40 more seconds, but I think that's just empowered recalls, reset waves. Get yourself your items for the next fight.
Yeah, FlyQuest isn't an inherently defensive composition. Now they've got 2 inhibitors down. It's all about setting up the advanced warning system here with the wards.
Exactly. You have to put down those trap lines, allow High to scale, get some more items, and then there's the potential for a comeback here, but it is still a far cry. Ryu didn't take it back, decided just to sit in that bush and wait for somebody, waiting for Elimination to return to the scene of the crime.
Just wait for your team to come up. They've got 2 lines of super minions coming in. Baron buff still active. Phoenix1 could just usher all those minions straight up into the FlyQuest base. They're so close to their 3rd place goal.
Yeah, and that would really validate the changes that they made.
Yep.
They brought in 2 new imports, fluctuated support position. They take 3rd place here.
Yep.
Definitely think that's a win, being in the promotion tournament last split. The changes, I would say, pretty successful. And also the 2 guys that are returning, Dig and Inori. They were in the promotion tournament. You've got to be like, okay, maybe they're a part of the reason why they were there and couldn't really gel with the team or have that type of performance you want. Now, all the way up here.
QSS is down and Ryu's teleporting in to keep the pressure up.
Yeah, they're pushing both of the lanes that already have inhibitors down with their the ones of their 1-3-1, and then you can flank in and put side pressure on, so you can't completely go for an engage as FlyQuest, or else you get wrapped around. You can see LeBlanc, Zig off on the side here, Kled, and LeBlanc just poking in.
Yep.
And this also cuts out the route for FlyQuest to get to their minions, to kill them and kill those super minions. That was a Blade of the Ruin King from Zig. He bought Blade of the Ruin King on Kled, gave himself a little bit more lifesteal.
Yep.
Keep yourself
Attack
mounted
speed
for longer.
equals more remounting speed.
Yep.
Equals more health.
Teleport comes in, quick scrying on the backside to see if all the members are there. Ryu's from the side, High's gonna get deleted. Gets out of it with a quick move, but Lemon Nation is the one to take the chains. A pie in the face for him. And P1 now looking to break the base. Altec doing the damage. He's on the left side, but he's put himself in the front. He was able to route all the way around. Keep the fence of the turret, keep the fence with his team. And now they're going to take down Moon will take down Inori as they get into the base.
That's an ace right there. They go down, they get time to clear their base. They killed Arrow at the start again.
They have one turret remaining to themselves. Inhibitors will be respawning though after they clean out all these super minions.
Elder Dragon in 25 seconds. There are 25 seconds on Ryu. No teleport. Inori is not for 30. Watch this again. Watch what happens. High gets hit. Ball hits Arrow into the team again, and they pick him up. Now nobody's on Altec. They burn the exhaust, and they layer the polymorph on top of it.
Moon as well on the outside. Again, assassinates Ryu, takes down the LeBlanc, and FlyQuest are still holding on.
You can't layer those CCs like the exhaust and the polymorph at the same time on the same person like that. Altec absorbed so much and was able to get a lot. We'll see what happens here, but that's Elder Dragon. FlyQuest still in this.
Game number 5, and the farm for late strategy is getting closer to completion.
This is when High and Altec Hardy coming online, but start to get even stronger. The QSSs are there for the outplays, but flashes and summoners are up and down on either side. You gotta weigh the odds of what you take. P1 still feeling comfortable enough as they have absolutely decimated the Summoner's Rift against FlyQuest right now to be in the jungle, to stay up here, but this also gives FlyQuest a chance to find that fight once again.
Yeah.
It's basically balls, you have to cast Arrow.
Yeah, this right here, though, is the setup. Baron is on the table. FlyQuest do have the Elder Dragon, but it's a 2-stack considering the Elder Dragon itself, but they still have to check all this vision. You can wait it out, allow the super minions to push, and set yourself up for a Baron.
The pressure is on here for FlyQuest. They still have super minions flooding into the bottom of their base. High does have his teleport, but Cassidy not the best at clearing out lines of double supers.
Yeah.
Phoenix1 can continue the pressure on the opposite side here with Baron, burning it down very quickly.
No Scryer Orb either. They have to walk up and check this. Moon hit by an arrow, but they're just buying time.
Baron's up. Waves aren't in perfect position, but they're moving there, and it will allow P1 to head down mid lane like a freight train as they meet the rest of the minions, and they try for the inhibs.
Well, right now, all inhibs exposed, but all of them up again for FlyQuest.
Your last amount of super minions probably already crashing in.
Nice little block there with the clone. Apparently had the ulti on it.
Looks like they will split Ryu to the top side here, get a quick push. Zig will feed in the mid lane, and remember, these super minions are basically up to Altec, up to Moon to clear. Can still be hit up by Balls, High, and Lemon, but not as much.
The critical item completions are coming in just in time there for FlyQuest. High just now gets his Zonias for the Cassidy, which really opens up an extra ginormous amount of time for him to try and dive that back line and get back there to Arrow. This is really down to the wire here.
Yeah, looking for whoever can find that pick. High, now no longer a level discrepancy, is level 18, has exactly what you talked about with the Zonia's Hourglass. But then Guardian Angel advantage right now for FlyQuest.
FlyQuest also don't want to let Phoenix1 inside the base. If they let one inhibitor fall, then they might as well, just seed multiple multiple ones. So it's on them to really jump on the first opportunity that they do see. Meanwhile, Phoenix1 are trying to wait this Dragon buff out. It's much shorter than the Baron buff, and there it goes.
Is that enough, though? They'll continue to push and start looking for it, but you always have to be conscious of what is going to happen in these fights. LeBlanc on the top side trying to find something. Ryu trying to find a way to break this game open. He's had all the cards for a while now. First pick LeBlanc, getting an assist on first blood. Now he's got the split push on, but game's actually way closer. The goal to tell you right now.
Every auto Phoenix1 move into onto this inhibitor, FlyQuest move up and threaten them. Slowly going down to the Baroned up cannon minion though, firing from afar.
There's only so much pressure
Oh, they're committing to it.
either team could put on. This creates the errors. The mistakes are now forced here. Great damage on Altec to start things off. It's going to be the in and out guerrilla warfare here if we can keep doing that. Ryu has a lot of damage. There's one down. Elimination, 55 seconds on the clock. Redemption goes down, so the team is healthy enough to continue.
Great jump there by Phoenix1, and that's going to be the second inhibitor for them.
They're going to keep pushing right now. Altec has to go back. They're going to go for that third inhibitor, pick that one up, and then they have all three.
Yeah, FlyQuest have to go right now. Even though it's a 4 versus 5, they have no options. Baroned up minions still streaming in though, and they're trying to clean everything up.
Who is going to play their hand? It looks like FlyQuest is actually holding off for now. P1's not going in as fast as they can. To Zig teleport, however, is definitely going to speed things up here as he goes towards the back line.
Who pulls the trigger? Who is the hero of this match to secure third?
Ball's in. That's going to be a fight for him. Cask is there looking for Arrow. He pushes him out, though, and this could be the fight that P1 want. Arrow gets the right side of the fight. Ball's in once again. Moon and the team back and forth, but they're really only dodging out damage.
Phoenix1 early flashes. They know they just have to survive.
It's an invulnerability. That's the GA coming up now for Balls.
Altec!
Lockdown onto Altec, that's the damage of the 80 carry, but we also lose Sig in the fight. Ryu now looking to get himself in and out. They try to distract Moon. Moon goes down. P1 looking to drop every member of FlyQuest and go for broke in the last fight. The Nexus and 2 members of FlyQuest in their eyes, and their quest is the Nexus. 23-13, 44 minutes in. Arrow wants to clean up a few more kills and secure this one. Make sure it's theirs. From the ashes, fighting hard and bringing it to a game 5. P1 will lock in third place in the 2017 NALCS Spring Split.
Successful rebuilding for Phoenix1 from the promotion tournament to third place in the NALCS. They lock it in. They figured out what their roster was going to be. No substitutions throughout the whole series. And they said there wasn't going to be either.
A triumphant return home for Inori after coming back in the middle of the season.
Absolutely.
So many things that that team had to battle through. And FlyQuest, definitely the biggest of those things. Huge performance from them as well, pushing this all the way to game number 5.
And like we said, we keep saying it, a team that was once looking at a promotion tournament now pockets some championship points.
Absolutely. And this team, well, we look at somebody like Inori, first playoffs for him. Zig, same story. And then you go over to Shady, pretty much his first few games, handful of games in the NALCS as a professional player. So we'll see what the future has in store for that support.
Straight into the fire for Shady, and he comes out.
Sometimes you got to do it as well. The team behind him all the way. We saw a lot of focus for Arrow and Shady from the team at a lot of times. And you can hear the crowd still very happy, the fans of FlyQuest, with the performance this season and what the expectation was. It's definitely different to see this team kind of go out in such a fashion. They always fight so hard.
Huge cheers for these guys on FlyQuest. They have fought valiantly this split. And what a return for them as well.
That's why you love to watch FlyQuest, because sometimes you don't always know what they're going to do, but then they pull off these really crazy moves. Right there, that game was so much closer than the gold implied it to be, and that was really just a great performance from both teams at the end.
And to talk about FlyQuest quick before we move to P1, for High, this meant a lot. Talking to him before they played TSM, he said, this is another season I'm back in mid lane, so I really want to show that that's something I can still do.
And you think about High after Cloud9 Challenger qualified, he even said, I'm thinking about retirement. The guy is so competitive, comes back. We knew that he had some wrist issues in the past, but he's still playing Assassins. He's still playing Casmy. He's still playing all these guys that are mechanically
and playing them well.
Very efficient.
And it's amazing.
Plays them well.
It's amazing to bring a team up to that level as well around you. with the teammates he had on him. P1, though, coming out so strong, persevering through what a lot of people fail to do is when FlyQuest get a hold of a series, it's theirs. But P1 did not fall prey to that.
Exactly. And also sometimes when they would drop the ball, you think about Inori, some misplays, but then right back in the saddle, empowered immediately again to make plays, flash cocoons going off. So both teams were really kind of, you could tell, empowering certain members to go and make those plays. And if they failed, they just get right back up.
Absolutely amazing game. I believe we are almost ready on stage. We are going to go ahead and set it over to Pastry Time, who's on stage for an interview with 2 members of the victorious Phoenix1.
Thank you very much. I'm here with the Canadians of Phoenix1, Inori and Zig, Vancouver. Give it up for your boys. Insane crowd here to watch you guys, but I mean, that was one hell of a series. Just coming off fresh. Inori, what are you feeling after that crazy game 5?
My heart's beating really fast. I honestly, even in game 5, I didn't think we were gonna win. It was like 50-50. I was getting super nervous, but towards the end, that feeling of knowing that you're gonna win is so good, and I'm so proud to be a Canadian and win in front of my country.
And for Zig, what about you? I mean, that was an incredible series from both of you, but how are you feeling after game 5?
I feel pretty much the same way. Just, I was like trembling a lot and my heart was beating really fast. But yeah, I'm just really glad that we won.
All right, so Zig, you had an incredible series, playing a bunch of different champions, making sure you're in your signature picks. I just feel like this split has been one of your best splits, maybe your best split ever. How are you feeling about your improvement, your growth now that you guys have secured 3rd place?
I'm just really happy at the results. I think I had a lot of help this split. Like Coach Fly really helped me up my game a lot and fixed a lot of the problems I was having last split. And just playing with superstars like Ryu Arrow, Inori, and our rookie Shady, who's also a superstar, it has really helped me as well a lot.
And Inori, for you, I mean, you guys are down 2-1 in that series. I know, it can be tough mentally to come back, but you had 2 incredible back-to-back Elise games. What did you do to kind of get yourself out of that spot being down 2-1 and just know that you're going to carry this game?
I think I have a pretty bad reputation for being a tilter. So after that game, I kind of expected everyone to be like, Inori's tilting, but I think in front of my crowd, it kind of motivated me to like play better and not prove that I'm not a tilter and I can come from the game.
And I think it makes sense here because the flag you're wearing is not that familiar to many people, but what are you wearing across your back today?
I think most of the people here know this is the British Columbia flag. And I'm so happy to represent this place and win in front of them. This place is amazing, beautiful British Columbia.
All right, so for both of you, it's obviously been a monumental experience to win here in Canada. What do you guys have to say to your friends, your family, your friends? Zig, we'll start with you.
Wait, what? One more time?
What do you have to say to your friends, your fans, your family, winning here in Canada?
Just thanks for all the support, and hopefully you can cheer for us next season too.
And Inori, what about you?
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting us. I'm so happy. The crowd was amazing. You guys were so loud, we could hear it. And it helped. It wasn't bad, it helped me. It kind of pushed me to play better. So I appreciated all the noise you guys gave us.
All right, so fantastic series from you both. Once again, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, but we are going to throw it back to the analyst desk to get their thoughts on the series.
Thank you very much, Pastry Time. What a series, all 5 games, down 2-1. The untilt happens, and you had 2 great games out of Inori at the very end there.
Game 5 was incredible. It looked like, it was going to be P1 the whole time, and then FlyQuest actually was able to fight back, and it was a real nail-biter.
I like it when the 5th game is the closest, because even though this was a 5-game series, it had a lot of very close one-sided games early on. And then the fact that just Inori was able to recover from those really poor games when people were chanting Meteos, and then to come back in front of the home crowd, it's a great story.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of being in front of the home crowd, Pastry's here once again with a interview with FlyQuest bot laner.
Thank you very much. I'm here with Altec, the hometown hero of Vancouver. I'm sorry I have to be talking to you on a loss here. I mean, such a rough series, so close. How are you feeling, man?
Honestly, it sucks that we lost, but we're able to play 5 games here in Vancouver, and it's really exciting. The audience is great, and I love you guys.
And I have to say, I don't know if it's kind of being home that made this happen, but you played amazing today. what happened? Like, I remember seeing you a few years ago playing this good on those hard carry champions. You told me all these weeks ago that you're maybe happy if the meta shifts back in. Honestly, at that point, you could have carried that last game, and you very nearly did. I mean, what's happened to Artek? Are you back?
I don't know, honestly. It's just like, I guess the crowd just kind of gets the last little part of me and gets me going. So I was able to play really well today.
And of course, for FlyQuest in general, it's been a very up and down split for you guys, but the expectations coming in were pretty low and almost finishing third here in your first ever split as FlyQuest. I mean, that's just incredible in general, but what are you guys doing moving into the summer split, moving in towards Worlds? Your teammate Hai has never missed a Worlds, or he has been an active LCS player. How are you guys feeling moving into the summer, especially given just what the expectations were like coming into spring?
We weren't able to, I guess, play in the finals here, but I think moving on to summer and onto Worlds even, I think we can, we'll practice harder, you know, troll less, I guess, in a way. But that's something we kind of do often. So I think that even though we lost today, I think people will take next split a lot more seriously, and hopefully we're able to go to Worlds.
And the results already just seem so good. My final question for you, Artek. You have the floor. You're surrounded by friends, fans, and family here in Vancouver. Do you have any words for them?
Honestly, thank you guys for coming here. You know, it honestly means a lot to me. A lot of friends, family, even people that I went to school with, or maybe seen me in school. Thank you guys for coming, even though we didn't win. I'm very honored to be here.
Vancouver, I heard in the last game you chanting his name. If you have some love for Artek, now's your final chance. All right, Artek, thank you very much. Thank you again for the interview after the tough loss there, but we are going to throw it back to the analyst desk to wrap up the day.
Thank you very much, Basic Time. Great cast in the day, great interviews as well to everyone involved, and it was, again, a very great series. Let's talk about what happened in Game 5. Phoenix1 said, you know what, it's time to go blue side. They did have a little bit of spice up prepared. They had a nice level 1 invade that came out well for them, and they had control kind of the entire time, it felt like. Yeah, okay, there were some comeback fights, but this was P1's game to win almost the whole way through.
I think throughout this series, early fights were pivotal in deciding the entire game. You know, this one put both Inori and Ryu massively ahead, even more so in the follow-up fight that they won around mid because they won the first one. So these early fights were so big.
Yeah, and you can see Altec there nearly being able to come back later in the team fights because it was a fairly 1-3-1 style team composition that Phoenix1 put together. We knew that Phoenix1 was going to switch things up as they had their first game on blue side, and the fact that they were willing to first pick LeBlanc dictated the rest of the strategy because that still meant that the jungle pinch was going to be happening. They were going to be trying to put Inori onto Elise, and that's already just a full pick composition, but Phoenix1 was ready for it and able to execute.
Yeah, it's the kind of comp where you do need to keep the early lead, otherwise you don't have a way to 5v5 and get back in. You need some level of control, and the fact that they were able to maintain that the whole way through definitely spoke well of their ability to close out games.
Yeah, it certainly did. And Hai has never been one to shy away from LeBlanc, even when this champion was completely perma-banned. You know, FlyQuest has always been a team that was willing to let champions like LeBlanc through or Camille through with planned answers to it, such as the Cassidon, such as the Poppy in the top lane. And, you know, and they did come out with that.
Well, and of course, the planned answer in Cassidon got shut down early on. We do have the replay of that level 1 invade that I always enjoy planned plays like that. It felt like there was a little bit something they had prepped, and it went really nicely.
It did go incredibly nicely, and this is so big from Ryu. He needs to deny this last little Raptor to stop level 2 on Moon. So that alone gives them the level advantage, while his jungler and top lane are doing the red buff. Now they can come in with not only the red buff, but a level up.
Yeah, almost a sneaky invade there to be able to be doing the red buff and get level 2s in what is otherwise a level 1 engagement. Gives him that extra spell in which to take Hai down. So much of that was on a very slim margin, but Phoenix1 was able to pull it off thanks to the plan.
I mean, that was massive in putting Hai behind. Not only did that happen, but then again, they fight mid lane jungle around the mid lane again, and now Ryu gets the kill, gets a blue buff. That put him so far ahead of Hai, and Hai was almost 100 CS below the kind of pro pace that you would like on a Cassidon for the whole game. You know, if that early fight goes different, it could be a completely different series.
I mean, you just saw the damage graph down there. Hai had done a really good amount, only second to the Caitlyn who was going off on his team. Imagine another 4,000 gold. He takes over that game probably.
Potentially, he was down about 3,000 or 4,000 gold to Ryu, and even then, some of the R
Almost
stacking
got
he
it.
was able to do in the fights made them very competitive down the stretch.
Exactly.
But that's what we saw, a very close 5-game and very closely matched teams.
Yeah, very closely matched teams, but it was the 5-game win to Phoenix1. And of course, as P1 has had plenty of huge plays, it was hard to call out exactly who stood above the rest, but we are going to award Zig as player of the series from the top lane. I loved his Kled game 5, absolutely. Honorable mentions do go to Inori. We're also at one point considering Ryu in the mid lane, but we said Zig #1 here on the team.
Yeah, a lot of standout players for Phoenix1. Pacer did call him the king of Kled, and he pulled out the comfort pick in game 5 as we were kind of expecting. But that's not to understate his Rumble games as well, which were dominant.
And I think one of the most impressive things about Zig is he created his own leads. Particularly when you look at this Kled game, he's getting camped nonstop by Moon. Not only does he absorb all this pressure and still stay even, he turns around a 1v2 dive, gets a double kill, and ends up being way ahead.
And that moment right there was such a pivotal moment in the series because in the mid lane, FlyQuest had just turned a play around and the game was getting very close. If that dive is successful onto Zig, FlyQuest pretty much pulls even in that game 5 with the scaling of the Cassidy and Caitlyn. So huge moment there to just kind of cap off his player of the series performance.
Yeah, 'cause that was where Moon was putting so much of his attention in the first place, was trying to get that top lane ahead, and the fact that he's able to turn that around is obviously pretty incredible. Now, before we look ahead to tomorrow's match, let's check in with what some of you sent us at home with your tweets. We have Snoopy, who joined us in the crowd. Thank you very much, Snoopy, for joining us. One of the old school LCS pros. If you don't know who he is, has been a top 4
Long
world
time no
competitor.
see.
Yeah, but
Old
a great
school EG player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lots of great people were on that team.
Lots of great people. Can't think of anyone else though.
Once played with Altec as well, who was on stage today.
That's true. Yeah, used to be in the same team together on the Winter Fox, I think, lineup if it was at that point, or something. One of the incarnations that turned to that. Anyway, more tweets at Ponox brought their crew to cheer on Phoenix1. We get that one up there. I'm glad everyone's got their jerseys in, smiling and happy to join the crowd. And we also have more to point out with at Koala Tea Time. Beautiful. Good job on the pickup there.
The Pigeon.
Yep. Our VIP on stage, Pigeon, maybe Medios Incarnate,
Best
as
seat
some
in the
people
house.
call
That
it.
Pigeon was having a blast. It was
Yeah.
just circling the arena for what felt like hours.
To applause every time we went in front of that audience. They're like, yeah, it's the Pigeon. Oh, my.
Like another one.
Yeah.
Someone made a Twitter account for him.
Yeah, we have an LCS Pigeon account now as well, making it a very appropriate Twitter handle. Of course, fly a win. No surprise you've got the wings, but honestly, just was great to see all the fun memes that showed up today, and of course, huge props to Riv for the great carrier pigeon pun earlier.
Yeah, we had so many great moments. I think the Altec Penta at home, that's something that's going to live with him forever. And
Yeah.
that's one of those moments that is really, really special for any player.
Totally agree. It's been beautiful. So with their win today, Phoenix1 have ended the split in 3rd place. They've earned 50 championship points for themselves. As a result, FlyQuest will go into next split in 4th place with 30, of course. And tomorrow we have our championship match. It is Cloud9 taking on TSM, and nobody, of course, wants to miss that one. It'll be same time as today, noon, we hope.
Yeah, I really hope that series goes to 5 games. I see so many close matchups between those two teams, and there's just too much to talk about here. We're going to save it for tomorrow because picks and bans, solo lanes, MVP candidates, all this stuff going into that game.
Yep, and you two will be casting it with FaceTime. It'll be wonderful to watch. I'll be listening. It's going to be beautiful. So on behalf of myself, the casters, the analysts, and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you here tomorrow crowning our spring split champion.
Two of my favorite things, Canada and League of Legends, combined right now.